Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about Eagle Rare 12, a product that may be coming soon to a liquor store near you. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, as well as our special guests, Darren McElroy, Steinkamp, and Goeken.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey all.
Howdy.
Hey.
Hey all. So yeah, this made an appearance on the TTB website. Of course, that's all public information, not anything I check, but I am part of society and I do see things on social media and saw this, thought we'd do a show about it and we'll talk about Eagle Rare 12, knowing that it may or may not actually happen, but we'll get into that after the break. For right now though, Darren said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, sir?
So this one was a deep thought that I've been thinking on for a while.
Okay.
Not related to anything that we've discussed tonight.
Okay,
What type of stores do you spend the most time in? Like just as a general category, what type of stores do you think you spend the most time in, and not for work?
Okay, this is easy.
Bourbon tasting bars.
Well, there you go. We help a lot of people get their quota. That's for sure.
Yeah, I would say it's got to be grocery store.
That's for me too. Grocery store.
Yeah.
I mean,
I really don't do a lot of shopping other than the grocery store. The hardware store isn't, I wouldn't consider shopping. It's, go in for a project, get the stuff I'm looking for, and I'm on my way. But a grocery store seems to always...
shelves and see what's out there. And yeah. Tend to go down most of them. Yeah.
Spend most of my time looking for stuff because they
and I want some
moved it.
say in things. I always go to the same store, so I pretty much know where everything's at, unless they've moved something, like Jim mentioned there. But yeah, I think grocery store would be it for me, and then that's really it. The rest of it, I buy everything.
Grocery shop, Steve?
Oh yeah, I'm a grocery shopper. Yeah.
Really?
I worked in the grocery business for for a long time.
I still didn't peg you for being the grocery shopper.
Oh yeah. When I was a kid, my mom taught me, number one, when you go to the grocery store with mom back when I was a kid, you actually get stuff. My sister would be like, no, I don't want to go. No, just sit at home. I get to go and pick out a bunch of shit. So I like going to the grocery store. And then and I got a job there when I was 16. And then I started selling groceries after I got out of college. I was a grocery sales guy. So yeah, I know this business well and I like it. And,
I tried to tell Royce that because I'll invite him to go with, but he's like, nah, I don't want to go. I'm like, all right.
So he won't go with you.
That's how you get the stuff you want.
Yeah.
But so he won't go with you, but he wants you to go with him.
Right.
Yeah. 100%.
Seems fair.
Sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's exactly how it is, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. That does seem fair.
So Steve, since you grew up in a grocery store background, when you go up to check out,
yes,
and you go up to the line and you're putting your groceries on the conveyor belt, are you actively aware of the groceries that you're putting on there, and you're putting things like cold items together and like dairy items together? Do you just like not give a fuck? You just toss everything on there?
Toss everything on there, because what I'm going to do is when I get to the end, I'm going to tell the bagger to scram, and I'm going to bag it, and I'm going to nail that fucking thing. I'm going to do paper bags, the old school one, and I'm going to toss the shit in the air and fly it around, and I'm going to get done. And when the last item goes in the bag is when the lady scans it, or the guy who's at there scans it, and they hand it to me, and it's bag done, and I'm ready to go. And
you bag your own stuff.
Bag my own stuff, 100% every time. Recently, I haven't been able to, because they hire some special needs people. I won't kick them out. I'm not rude.
Yeah.
I won't be rude to anybody that's dealing with those sort of issues. I'll let them bag the groceries. But if it's just like a normal teenager, I'll be like, get the hell out of here. I got this. And I'll bag, and every time. And I can still bag as good as I could when I was 16 years old. And I get, well, what they'll do is, if I tell them paper, they'll do one bag at a time, and they're waiting to get this and get that. Because they either you got to pile it together, or I'm getting 4 or 5 bags going. And I'm moving. It's a constant movement, baby. Mm-hmm. I got it going on.
This has got to be your next movie.
They always give the same line.
Bags his groceries.
They always give you the same line.
The grocery store.
Are you looking for a job? I'm like, I've been here, done this, and no, I can only do 1 order per day at this point. Yeah.
I'll say this: the Kroger that I go to, almost so everyone that bags is a special needs kid, and I am starting to believe that everyone that works there is, and it is the best. As long as you're aware that, like, that's how it is. I am not going to mess with them at all. It is the most fun store. They are so funny, and like every single time I go, I have a story to tell when I get back, and it is just hilarious every single time. The last time I went, my whole crew that was checking me out, and I had 2 baggers. They're like, I get up there, Emerson's like, I'm Emerson, and I'm going to be checking you out, and this is our team today, and we're the best team you're going to have. And I was like, hell yeah,
nice.
dude.
Love it.
And he's like,
awesome.
Would you like to have a fun fact while we're checking you out today? And I was like, absolutely yes.
Hell yeah.
And he's like, he gave me like 15 categories to choose from.
Oh, nice.
This is awesome.
Like, yeah. And I'm like, shit, like what? And I was like, I screwed up. I got nervous, and I just picked, I said, let's do a number. He said, okay, you can choose a number between 1 and 65. I'm like, geez, I'm 5. I said, let's go 5. And he told me everything there is to know about James Madison.
Really?
Oh, sweet. That is awesome.
He told me all the information, and it was I was just cracking up the whole time. And at the very end, he's like, I hope that we were the best team that you had today. And I said, you guys were absolutely the best team I had. And one of the other kids goes, I bet we were the only team you had today. And I went, Isaac, you are, but that doesn't mean you weren't the best.
Yep.
There you go.
I walked outside, and it's the best. I love that grocery store. That's my favorite place to go. Mm-hmm.
They were all happy.
They're and genuine. Like they're not just saying hello because they have to. Like they're the sweetest. It is the most fun grocery store ever. I fucking love that grocery store.
Yeah. When I was a bagger, I had to actually go to bagger training school. Yeah, where you had a simulated grocery store. You
really?
Spent 3 days learning how to bag. What? These days, they just here, go on bag. Yeah, well, they don't know what the hell they're doing.
No, they put 2 things in one of the plastic bags, right, and then you're like dragging stuff around, and then they break and they fall out. I'm like you, Steve. I would bag my own with the paper bags, and I could get what they would put in 25 plastic bags. I could put in 2 paper bags and walk out with one in each arm and out the door.
Done.
Yeah. And you could set it down in your trunk, and it would stay there upright.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How about you, Steinkamp?
A store that I spend the most time in. Not the store I go to most frequently, but if I walk into this store, I'm going to be in there for an hour. There is a used music equipment store in St. Louis. They're actually a franchise called Music Go Round. Mm-hmm. And there's one right by my office. My wife has banned me from going in there because I like to spend money, but everything they have is used gear. And then you can just walk around and you find some great freaking values. I've found all kinds of great stuff there. But then I got to check out, what guitars do they have? Oh, what drum stuff do they have? Oh, what audio stuff do they? Yeah, I can just hang out in that store for an hour.
What all instruments can you play, like horns and stuff like that?
Yeah, I was a band director for a while. So yeah, pretty much a little bit of everything. Some are better than others, but yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I have the ability to play nothing. Yeah. Same for Darren. Darren, I want to get Darren to, we got to get a trumpet in. He had some trumpet training. We want to draw on that for an event.
I'm the only person to ever fail 6th grade band.
I want to draw up on that. There's some basis there. You might be surprised how you can pull that out of yourself. And yeah. So we'll get you up on the stage. We'll do a whole event around it, and it'll be great. Cocktails and trumpets.
So I'll have to make the cocktails and play the damn trumpet.
Oh yeah, of course.
That sounds like an abysmal night for everyone involved.
I think it might need to be, Steve. Let's take it one step further. Cocktails, hot wings, and trumpet. And each so he'll have a cocktail and then a special, like a wings sauce number 3, and then he's got to play trumpet. And then the next cocktail, wings sauce number 7. It'll get hotter every time. And then he's got to play it. Yeah. And tears. It'd be
from
awesome.
Everyone. That is against the Constitution. That is cruel and unusual.
No, this has to be done.
That's that tune you were humming, Akeley, is actually a flugelhorn, though. So
it can be done on the trumpet. It can be. It could. I've seen it done on the trumpet.
I could do it on a trumpet. Don't worry.
Oh man, here we go.
See,
this is going to be great.
There it is. All right. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Goeken.
Well, in honor of the show tonight, I have Eagle Rare 10, which I'm assuming is going to be 2 years worse than Eagle Rare 12. Not bad.
Very quiet.
That was good over here.
No, it's pretty quiet. Yeah.
Buzzard's Roost collaboration, signed by Ethan Spaulding. It's worth a lot of money if you know what I mean. All right, here we go. Slide on the set. Squeaky, but enough to take the lead. Darren, you look ready to go. What do you got?
I got some Wallersheim bourbon.
Okay. Whew.
There you go.
Was that enough? Was that enough to take it over? My squeak was bad. Darren's got the lead. Steinkamp's next.
A well-loved bottle of Eagle Rare 10.
Okay. Just a little bit of base there. Not much else. Yep. Not much else. All right. Last but not least is Beka.
I grabbed I was fooled. I didn't realize that this old Bardstown was a 101 proof. It was a twist top. So.
Oh. Okay. Darren wins. Cheers, gang.
Cheers.
All right. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Eagle Rare 12. What do we think about this idea? We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show. Solid cork pop.
And then I threw the cork. Solid cork drop.
Yeah, terrible cork pop. Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily. I'm a big bourbon guy.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Eagle Rare 12.
Yes, we are. So, as we see more and more whiskey being laid down, and it sounds like there may be oversupply, you can just, put it in your standard offerings, or you can elevate it. And, it sounds like this is elevation, right? So you got the Eagle Rare 10. I would assume Eagle Rare 12 has a little bit more in-depth profile if they're in fact going to do this. And probably is a little bit of a premium. I wouldn't guess much. We have no idea about what price would be, but I wouldn't think it'd be crazy based on the fact Eagle Rare still retails in the $30 to $35 range, if you can find it for that, we know. So, I don't know. What do you guys think about this?
And they're bumping the proof to 95, is that right?
Yes, yes.
Well, I like that because...
Mm-hmm. You got to make it a little bit different, right?
Though.
Yeah.
No, I would be much happier with it at 100, but...
Well, it needs to be 101, because the old Eagle Rare used to be 101.
Oh, so, really?
Back in the day, Eagle Rare was a 101. So they need to go back to that, but, who knows? That might be saved for Eagle Rare 14 or something.
I would say that's the next one.
How far back is back in the day with an Eagle Rare 101? Is that like something I can pick up at Neat? Maybe
no. Maybe at Neat. Yeah. You can get
but not like any normal place.
No. I'm talking. That's like the 60s. So.
Oh, okay.
Eagle Rare.
I'm not going to pay that price at Neat for that.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
Now, Neat has great prices and great stuff, but I'm
60s,
not a big
70s.
I'm not an Eagle Rare fan. I've had the good fortune to try all of them, and they're fine. But
you've tried every single barrel of Eagle Rare?
No, I've tried all the different age statements though.
Boy, Darren, trying to
25
get now.
The 25.
Yeah, well, I paid a hefty price for it, but I did.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
I tried it for free.
Yeah, the highest I got for Eagle Rare was the Double Eagle Very Rare, the first one that came out.
And what'd you think?
Just tasted like older Eagle Rare.
Yes, yeah.
I didn't have to pay for it because I'm a girl.
Yeah,
but it was. I wasn't gonna complain. It was fine.
Sure,
it was cool. It was cool. Like the whole the presentation. At least that was super cool. Because if you're gonna pay those premium prices, at least the bottle you get is super cool. You have a certificate and it lights up.
Yeah, I paid for a 1 ounce pour.
Yeah,
and split it with a buddy. But
I say the one I had actually the first time it got opened actually was with Freddie Johnson, which was really cool.
Oh,
and then I gotta have the following pours after that. Not with Freddie, but that was the first person that gotta have the very first pour out of that.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Steve.
That is my second biggest disappointment of that wasn't worth that money. Damn it.
No, it's fine if it was not expensive.
It's fine. It's fine whiskey. It's good. I'm not saying it's bad. It's not worth the price point to me personally.
Mm-hmm.
So I think no one should be shocked by this announcement of Eagle Rare 12.
Okay.
If you look at Buffalo Trace's line, almost every single product that they have, besides a couple, has several different iterations of it. The best example of this is you have Weller, you have Antique 107, you have Foolproof, you have CYPB, you have Single Barrel that is different, and they keep doing it. They do it with Benchmark. They did Top Shelf, Foolproof, Bottled and Bond. They do it with E.H. Taylor. E.H. Taylor goes on for days. You could list off names, and it is a thing. I think they've realized the power of set collection, because if people can get one, which most people that are into bourbon now have a bottle of Eagle Rare, is where we're kind of at in the world. So if people can get one and then you release a new one, it starts the scavenger hunt all over again. Sure. Oh, I need the full collection. And that is a very important thing that, and Buffalo Trace does it the best of having sets to collect. No one else really competes with them. Oh, I got to collect them all type thing. And I think that is a really powerful underused tool in the bourbon industry.
I think you're right there, Darren.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was starting out on this journey, pre ABV Barrel Shop, I owned all the Wellers, right? Yeah, and had to have them. And CYPB was my biggest disappointment ever, paying way too much for a bottle and going, oh, that was stupid. The only one that might be in that same game would be Four Roses, pulling every single barrel, right?
But there's at least a reason why they have the different recipes, right? I agree. They're very good at being collect, but each of the 5 E's goes back to a different distillery. So there's a different flavor profile that they're trying to preserve by doing each of those.
But on the collectible side is what I'm saying.
But you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they just do the better job of marketing and pushing the marketing everywhere. and that draws it in. I was just looking and I found, if this is correct, I've seen it in 2 different articles now. Eagle Rare 10-year 101 was discontinued in 2005. So I think it's 20 years ago, but that.
No, it's like 5 years ago. Shut up, Goeken.
It's like 40 years ago. That's forever.
Nope, shut up, Goeken.
So you might be able to find that.
Huh, okay.
For sure at Neat, I would think. And
all right.
What's that? Is Justin still around?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they got it.
Are they still allowed to sell Dusties, or did they lose that right?
No, they can still sell.
No, they're all good now.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think like Eagle Rare is in the running for if your boss tells you get a bottle of bourbon that has to taste like bourbon, because we're getting a bunch of dignitaries in from Russia that has to taste what bourbon tastes like. Eagle Rare could be one of those items that's absolutely in the mix. Yep. You know,
and it's not crazy expensive, right? Even on secondary,
right?
Yep, you can, and it's still
under 100,
right?
Yep, Eagle Rare, yeah, that's a good point, Steve.
So, I think to create some enthusiasm about a little bit older age stated with a little bit higher proof, I think it's a good move. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do.
They are the marketing gurus for sure, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. On that note, we're going to wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Goeken, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook at Jim Goeken or on Instagram at Jimmy Big Hands, 2 G's, 2 S's. I'd still not understand.
It couldn't have been like an underscore as opposed to the 2 G's and 2 S's. That just makes it a nightmare. But yeah.
Well, all of my favorite people on the podcast have tags like that.
Okay. Well, you just wanted to fit. Okay.
I'm on with Jeff a lot, and Dreezy is 2 Z's, 2 I's. So I was like, okay, well, I'll do something like that.
Oh, here we go.
Hold the fuck on there.
I just bought a ticket. So I got
You're 1K, no C's. Okay, that was.
I started this fucking trend, motherfucker. The reason that Jeff
the cool people like Jeff do it
is because
no wonder
I did it.
Jeff did it. Yeah.
I thought it was because his name.
I've been doing it for as long as I've been on here.
Yeah,
I
longer
know
than I
this.
can drink. She's been doing it.
I'm trying to think if Jeff was on here longer or her. I don't.
Steve, remember that you're planning on sleeping in my fucking house. Steinkamp, keep your fucking mouth shut, boy. Good. Very smart.
Fucking Goeken just steps in it right there at the end. He almost made it on the show, and he fucked it up.
Now I know how it feels for people to be in the call with me. It's awkward. What do you do?
With Jeff and Dreezy, I was like, sometimes, what is it?
Yeah.
When someone copies you,
Serious form of flattery. Yeah.
it's a form of flattery. With Mr. Goeken over here,
Well, and clearly Jeff has always recognized that he's gotten that from you, whereas Goeken lists.
he just thinks that that's the thing to do.
That's the reason, because he does a lot of shows with Andruzzi, and
All right.
Interesting.
All right.
All right, Steinkamp, how about you?
May I speak now, Miss Beka Sue?
Yes, you can, Mike. Absolutely.
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Investment Whiskey.
All right, Darren.
I was trying to find where the K was an investment. You can find me on Instagram being the smartest grand in the box at the Bourbon Adventures.
All right, Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue.
You're not going to copy off Jeff?
If you don't know how to
Doesn't sound
fucking
right.
spell it by now, then you're just an idiot. So
Classic.
I remember when Royce, when they first got married, he sends me a note saying Becca has to do something, and it was BECA, and I'm like, holy motherfucker! I mean,
you know what that motherfucker does still? He spells my name Bekah.
oh god,
That's weird. My name Rebecca does have an H on it, but when you shorten it, you drop the H and the RE in the beginning.
Oh, God.
He's like, no, that's not right.
that's not right.
That is my name. My mother writes Beka. If that's how my mom
he's got it
spells
right.
it,
Yeah.
that is how the correct spelling is. It's whatever my mom fucking calls me. Now my husband calls me.
Yeah. Well,
And my name in his phone is Miss Beka Sue, spelled correctly. But when he writes it anywhere else, he adds that stupid fucking H, and it pisses me off.
Who
I'm
put
sure.
it in his phone that way?
I'm sure. Yeah.
Did you put it in his phone that way?
No,
Correctly?
I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe I did.
Oh,
Maybe
I bet
I
you
might
did.
have.
Yeah, you did.
I probably did when we were in Key West when I first hung out.
Oh,
Well, no,
yeah.
because he would have had my phone number before then. I might have corrected it though. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Check that one out. Everything is out there in terms of our content. Also, come by and see us at the ABV Barrel Shop. See what we have going on over at abvbarrelshop.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I just would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Thanks all.
Adios.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you're in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening, and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.